Washington that killed 67 on January 29th. Acting Administrator Chris Rushlow told a Senate hearing yesterday, quote, "We have to identify trends, we have to get smarter about how we use data, and when we put corrective actions in place, we must execute them." And the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom has released its annual report, and the commission has recommended 16 countries be designated countries of particular concern. They've recommended that 7 entities, including the group currently in charge of Syria, as entities of particular concern. They also recommended 12 countries for inclusion on a special watch list. For more news with a Catholic perspective, visit EWTNnews.com. Take 2 with Jerry and Debbie starts now.
What everybody's talking about. It's our monthly Unscripted show. That's where you bring the topics to the table, we discuss them, and then we go into the weekend a little bit changed, hopefully a little bit closer to God. Welcome to your show, Take 2 with Jerry and Debbie. I'm Debbie Georgiani, and Jerry Usher will be back on Tuesday. That's his regular time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sometimes he's on Mondays and Fridays, but he's in the seminary, so he's busy in formation. But he's with us in midweek, which is wonderful. This is our Unscripted show for March. We are closing March together with this wonderful show. Monday is all about relationships. So going into the weekend, I thought we could bring just a variety of topics to the table for this weekend. Remember, it's Friday in Lent. No meat today. No meat today. And then we go into the weekend, and on Monday we could discuss relationships. So this is an awesome time to bring a topic like a relationship topic, so that if it has to carry over through the weekend, we have to think about it, and then we can talk about it on Monday. You get the picture. Please call in. This is your show. You don't have to be Catholic to call in. If you were on a previous show and you were left on the line when the clock ran out, when the time of the show ran out, and the next show, which is Dr. Ray Garendi, the doctor is in, started, then you could call back and tell Matt Gabinski, our call screener, that. All you have to do is say, "Hi, Matt. I was on a previous show, and Debbie didn't have any time left to get to me. So can I get on this show?" That's what Unscripted is all about. It's like a catch-all. We catch everything up. Previous topics, we revisit those topics, we suggest future topics, we discuss things that are going on in current affairs and things that are trending and all sorts of stuff. So that's why I love Unscripted. It's actually one of my favorite shows of all the monthly shows. Although I like the joke show, Give Me Your Best Clean Joke. And you could give me a good joke today too if you want to, your best clean joke, because I've had a really tough week. And Michael McCall, our producer, we were just talking about that, how this was a really challenging week. I'm so glad it's Friday. I love Friday. I'm also in the middle of closing out a pledge drive for AM 1260 The Rock in Cleveland, and they're doing quite well. Guadalupe Radio Network is closing their drive this week, and they're doing quite well. And others are weighing into how they are with their pledge drives, and I'm so happy about that, because that means people care about Catholic radio. They care about the programs they hear on Catholic radio, and they want Catholic radio to thrive into the future, not just survive. So when your local listening area comes to you, please give generously, because we need Catholic radio now more than ever. Just look at the world. I mean, there's some really strange stuff going on out there, and we can talk about that as well if you want to, but keep it kind of light. And the reason why I say that is I'm tired. I woke up at 3:00 this morning and I'm exhausted, and I'm getting older by the second. So I need a little, maybe one person can call in about give me a best clean joke. That would make me happy. And I know it would make Michael McCall happy. He's a comedian by trade, actually. So that's really awesome. Well, we got Matt on the phones, Michael on the controls, and I believe it's Rich Jesse on, social media. I'll double check that in just a moment. So yes, it is Rich Jesse. He does such a fine job. If you don't have time to hang out with us for this Unscripted, you can always text us if you have a topic you want to suggest. We are filling the April calendar. No. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We're filling the May calendar. So if you have a May topic or summer topic you want us to unpack, please send the suggestions in. You can always text us. You text the letters EWTN to 58177. You wait for our response. Then you text us your first name and your brief question or comment or suggested topic or your joke, your best clean joke, and just know that message and data rates may apply. Also on social media, I'm waving to you guys. Thank you for the prayers. I love the social media chats groups. You are amazing. You guys have been praying for me. I am feeling better. I haven't had a fever in 12 hours. I'm so excited. So thank you. I feel better. I don't really feel that great yet, but I think I'm getting there. So it's Friday. You got to put up with me on Fridays. I'm kind of punchy on Fridays. Number to dial. Oh, we're getting the phone lines lit up. Look at you guys love Unscripted. Okay, so the number is, well, you know what? Put this on your refrigerator, please. It makes it so much easier for me. 833-288-EWTN. Then you can have EWTN on your refrigerator. I like that idea. 833-288-3986. Also, don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Spirit World. It's our open forum show. We are doing 2 open forums for March because we have an abundance of calls and comments coming in for the Spirit World because people think that their loved ones may be possessed. So we're going to totally set the record straight on that because that's not the issue. And Adam is very clear on that. And so we have an open forum. And I say that loosely when I mean that. I'm really kind of being facetious. I think when we have loved ones that you have problems with, you automatically assume the demons have to be behind it. Maybe it's just they have a character flaw or bad choices. So, you have to put the responsibility where it needs to go, oftentimes, because it's not always the right way to just jump to that there's a demon always at the core of it. People need to make good choices. And Adam's going to be very clear about that tomorrow. That's the Spirit World, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. It's heard on the EWTN Global Catholic Radio Network. It's produced by Guadalupe Radio Network, and we're so happy about that. And so it's a great show, and the open forums fill up, and that's similar to what we're doing here with Unscripted. So that's why this show needs to fill up as well. So we have a couple open phone lines. That's it. If you have something you want to share, we're hearing from Anchorage, Alaska's coming in strong. We're getting a bigger following in Alaska lately. It's really interesting, and I wonder if that has something to do with maybe Sacred Heart Radio in Seattle, because they broadcast in Kodiak, Alaska, and there's other stations there as well in Alaska. So that's so interesting. We're getting a lot of listeners from Alaska. You know what else where else we're getting a lot of listeners recently from? I noticed from emails is Sweden. Did you know that? That is so interesting. There's people contacting us from Sweden. I wanted to go there one time. I think I should make a trip sometime. And Portugal, we know we have from Portugal and the UK and from Canada. We have a lot of listeners from Canada. All you Canadians, call in for Unscripted. I want to hear from you. 833-288-3986. That's 833-288. And you can always remember it by its EWTN. This is Unscripted. Please call in and join the fun, join the action here, because we just have a blast before we go into the weekend. And I'll be right back.
This is Michael O'Neill, the Miracle Hunter.
This is Father Wade Menezes, host of EWTN Global Catholic Radio's Open Line Tuesday.
The most trusted Catholic voices are on EWTN Radio.
Hi, this is Father Mike Schmitz. Please join me for Ascension's Bible in a Year and Catechism in a Year here on EWTN Radio. We're going through the entire Bible and the Catechism in 365 days. If you've ever wanted to understand what it means to be Catholic and allow those truths to shape your life, this is for you.
Bible in a Year and Catechism in a Year with Father Mike Schmitz, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on EWTN Radio.
The month of March is devoted to honoring Saint Joseph. Since Saint Joseph was the foster father of Jesus, he was continually working for his family, the Holy Family, providing for them and protecting them. Saint Joseph is the patron saint of the universal church, unborn babies, families, fathers, those seeking employment, realtors, and a happy death. Join in this devotion to Saint Joseph with novenas, prayers, art, books, gifts, rosaries and chaplets, statues and nativity sets. Available at EWTNRC.com.
This is our Unscripted, and we're going to get to the calls in just a moment. Michael's going to be first from Saratoga Springs, New York. Michael, don't go anywhere. And folks are calling back from the show that we did on languages. If you speak a second language, a third language, how many languages do you speak? We got callers coming in from that, so that's great. I'd love to revisit that because I had such great advice from one of our callers to watch a movie that you know so well in another language. And so I've been doing that. It's a blast. You just change the setting and you can, I'm watching it in Spanish. So I'm watching all my favorite movies in Spanish so that I learn Spanish. I'm so happy. I never even thought of that. It's brilliant. And that came from one of our Take Two family members. Anyway, I had to share that with you. Okay, before we get to the phones, I want to just share about Catholic News Agency and the email you can receive regarding that. You can rely on CNA to cover the mission and activities of the Catholic Church, including social, political, moral, and cultural issues from a perspective of faith. For the latest Catholic news, visit CatholicNewsAgency.com. It's an online service from EWTN News, and you can get timely news updates from CNA. All you have to do is visit EWTN.com and click on subscribe. Let me just share something with you. That is what I did many moons ago, and I love it. I live by it. I think it's so great. CNA comes in early in the morning. I get all the news from the Catholic view. It's incredible. I don't have to go to get any type of other news on TV, which is fabulous, or podcasting. I just go to CNA and I get that. I get Church Pop that comes in email. I get National Catholic Register, all the EWTN sources. And I'm so happy. I feel so well-rounded. And then if I want a little more, I go on EWTN television and I get the rest of it, News Nightly, Raymond Arroyo, the whole 9 yards there, and it's fantastic. And then I'm not stressed. I'm happy. And by the way, I just got a message. Somebody wanted, for the Unscripted, just asked me, what is my favorite prayer? Okay, so obviously the Our Father, the Hail Mary, but you're talking about like a kind of another prayer that really speaks to you. The Memorare, okay, that's my all-time favorite. It only became my favorite in 2010, and it was introduced to me by a station manager who, station owner and founder and manager. He loved the Memorare, and so then I looked it up many years ago, and I fell in love with it, and it's been very powerful. And that's the Memorare is part of the Flying Novena. That's what Mother Teresa, St. Teresa of Calcutta, used all the time. There's the Flying Novena, Express Novena. That's 9 Memoraries, but Mother Teresa used to add an additional Memorare because she was already thanking Our Lady, because Our Lady never failed. And she doesn't, because she's our spiritual mother. Okay, Michael, Saratoga Springs, New York, on YouTube. Michael, I'm waving to you. Welcome to Take Two.
Hello there, bonjour, buenos dias. Hello there, how you been?
I'm doing well, Michael. Thank you so much. So you liked this language episode we did, huh?
Yep. And the interesting thing is I can speak a little bit of French, a little bit of Spanish, and, of course, a little bit of Latin for the church stuff. But then hopefully, if things go all right, hopefully we'll also get to learn a little bit of German and a little bit of Italian.
Wow. That's awesome. So is it mostly conversational that you know, Michael? Just like words that you can just converse in, like if you were to meet somebody for the first time and they spoke that language?
Actually, the interesting thing is I had 3 years of Spanish in high school, and I didn't quite use it, but now I may have to use it a little bit more, considering the possibility that I may be considering a vocation to the diaconate.
Wow.
The French stuff was actually self-taught, and it was basically through what you might call liturgical French.
Interesting.
And over the past few years, I've been able to watch some liturgies from Saint-Anne de Beaupré on the internet. So that's where that all. Yep. So that's where that all kind of came from, and then the Latin, of course, for all the church services, and as I said, the opera, as I said, German and Italian, mainly because of its use in classical music. Both in the symphonic world and in the operatic world. So.
Right. Michael, let me ask you a question. So are you still discerning the diaconate, or have you applied? Where are you at within the process?
Diaconate until at least next January of 2026.
And how long?
I'm still in the inquiry phase. And right now, I've basically been told it's basically going to be kind of like a 5-year process.
Okay, 5-year process. The reason why I'm asking that is because I just had somebody just yesterday ask me how long is the formation process now. So it's 5 years typically?
Yeah, well, at least here in the Diocese of Albany. Now, down where you are, it could be different. I'm not. So, but that's basically what it is up here in the Northeast. And it could actually be different in different countries, too. So.
Now, Michael, I have a quick question because this was the other question they asked me. I thought it was interesting. Do you have to be a college graduate to be in the diaconate, or can you have just graduated high school?
I graduated high school and never really went to college. I basically went through a trade school, and then basically I just and then basically from basically an occupational school, basically kind of to try and get me set up for a job, and got a job, and now I just basically, my last day in the office was 3 weeks ago yesterday, but will officially be off the rolls as of Monday.
Wow.
So that's basically I've just retired from there. So, and basically what I'm hoping to do is spend more time in church, maybe write some music. I mean, I've kind of written some stuff based on the mysteries of the Rosary. So far, I got a lot more to do, but as they say, life gets in the way.
Oh, yes, I know that very well. Michael, one other question, because now I've got you on the line. I don't believe there's any accident to this, because I literally was just being asked all these questions. What do you know that, like in Albany, what's the age cutoff for how old you can, what's the age limit?
65.
Oh, it's 65. So do you have to be 65? You have to be before 65 going into formation, or finished formation by 65?
65 at the time of ordination.
At the time of ordination. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, well, we're going to be praying for you. This is awesome, and we will continue those prayers. Will you keep us updated on how it's all going?
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. God bless you, Michael. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I'm waving again to you on YouTube. I love that. Okay, let's go to, is it Sarah in Michigan? I just want to make sure I have your name correct. It's a beautiful name on YouTube. Everybody's on YouTube today. Is it Sarah or Sarah? Can you help me?
Hi, Debbie. This is Sarah.
Sarah. Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
And you have a gorgeous name. And so tell me, you want to talk about languages as well. Michael's got the conversation started with languages, and you're going to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So I was really bummed I couldn't call you on the 26th about the languages. So I'm glad you had the Unscripted today. And it was also my birthday, just like I think it was, her name is Christy on the call. That was cool. Yeah, so I speak 3 different languages. We migrated to the U.S. in 1990 from Iraq. I was born and raised in Baghdad. I was 11, so I speak Arabic, I speak Chaldean, and I speak English. I'm not I can read and write Arabic. I don't read and write the Chaldean or the surahs. But I can speak it. I'm not very fluent. So our church is here in Michigan. We have a huge community of the Chaldeans that we do 3 different masses, 3 different languages. We do English, Chaldean, which is the high mass. It's about 2 hours. And we do the Arabic mass, too. And they're all, there's a few things in the mass that we literally just speak it in that language, the Sura or the Aramaic, and it's said to be the language of what Jesus spoke at that time.
Yes, yes. Wow, that is powerful.
Yeah.
Now, I have to tell you something. I'm very familiar with the Chaldeans because there's a group in Southern California, and in Arizona, I had a dear friend who did a lot of work with the Chaldeans, and so they would invite me to the events, and and I love them so very much. In fact, there's a priest in Southern California. I've been trying to get in touch with him. He's a Chaldean Catholic, a priest, and I want him to come on radio because he's phenomenal. I saw one of his online interviews. And so it's so interesting you're bringing this up now. And you're talking about speaking in different languages in the masses. I find it beautiful what you just said about the different languages and when we enter into them and you understand them, right? So tell me what that has done for your spiritual life, because they say that when you each language carries its own feeling and its own association. And I find that fascinating. And so tell us, how it has shaped your spiritual life. And by the way, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I like I said, I was 11 when we left the country. So I don't know why it gives me really, I feel like the Holy Spirit is always within me when I hear him in the Chaldean verses or even the Arabic. It just stirs me up. I just love our faith and how rich our Chaldean heritage is. It just, I don't know, it just brings me back to my roots. It's always revived me. So, yeah, I love going to the masses. The hymns are the best, to live through too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, can we, while I have you on the line, can we settle something? Because I heard there was an issue with the way that some of the countries are pronounced. Now, you said you were born in what country?
Iraq.
Okay. So now, is it Iraq or Iraq? Because people are saying how to say it. How do you say it, please?
Oh, I say it Iraq because a lot of the, in the English language, it's the I is a little bit more stressed.
Okay,
but
got it.
But if you are saying it in Arabic, it's Iraq.
That's what somebody told me.
Iraq.
So if you're saying it in Arabic, it sounds like Iraq, but if you're saying it in American, it's you would say Iraq.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
See, I'm telling you, there's so many tomato situations with words. I can't keep up with it the older I get. But so tell us, how did you celebrate your birthday? Did you have a beautiful day?
So this year I decided there was a beautiful chapel that I have been wanting to go back to. We went with my friends a few years ago. It's in Bloomfield here in Michigan, and that's where we went. That was my wish, to go to the chapel. We prayed at the chapel at St. Hugo. It was just an amazing place. My kids and my husband really loved it. It just kept me as if I was home. I love being at church on my birthday. Other than that, it was just a nice simple dinner. Nothing more than that.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what I love about you? You have a very depth about you, and I love that. It's coming right through the radio, and I think that's really wonderful. Do people tell you you have you're very deep and you seem very passionate. That's a good word.
Oh, thank you. I have been told that there is in my smile, it's there's a living spirit in me. There's a joy in there. Yeah, thank you.
I can hear it. I can hear it. It comes right through the radio. And the one thing that I learned from being on the radio is it really heightened my senses. I'm a very visual person. I'm not really. I don't really take things in through hearing, and I had to learn to do that. And because of that, it heightened it. And now it's amazing because I add the two together, visual and then listening and bringing it in. It really shapes the way you can kind of identify and relate to people. And yours is just radiating through the airwaves. So God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
please, tell your wonderful Chaldean community I love them. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We love you. I love your show. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful weekend. Okay, and you're still celebrating a birthday week, so it's like a birthday week. In fact, take the whole month. Oh, wait, the month's over. So, okay, take a couple more days for your birthday. All right, we're going to get to Kevin in just a moment, but we have to hit the pause button. So, Kevin, you're going to tell a joke, and I want to laugh because I need to laugh. I can't be so serious. I know I'm in pledge drive season, and I have to be focused, but I want to laugh. So let me see if I can squeeze Kevin in, if he can tell the joke quickly, and then maybe he can hold for a little bit. Hi, Kevin from Anchorage, Alaska on KHRA. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Debbie.
How are you?
Hey, I'm great. So, Debbie, I am a night shift nurse, and would you believe it? Lots of people love to hear jokes that are patients. So I've been working on this joke about chemistry for a number of years, but unfortunately, so far, it hasn't gotten a great reaction.
Oh, my goodness. That is really good because I love the subject chemistry. I did really well in chemistry. I love that. That is hilarious. So wait a minute. Okay,
so I
I
hope you have a great day. Jim.
Yes. Okay, you go ahead then because you worked. You just must have gotten. Did you just get off of work or had it?
Yeah,
what's the
I'm
time?
picking up for dishwashing back at home. So.
Okay. Thank you for doing what you do in the hospital. Thank you for taking care of people.
Yeah, you bet, guys. Yeah.
You're
All right,
awesome.
Take care.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. Checking in from Anchorage, Alaska. I love that. That is so cool. I love everyone who are nurses and teachers and doctors and first responders. You know, you guys care about people, and that's beautiful. Okay, if you have something to say, it's unscripted today. When we get back, Suzanne is gonna take the next segment from Abilene, Texas. So hang on, Suzanne. It's unscripted today on Take Two. Join us.
This is Life Issues with Brad Mattis, president of Life Issues Institute.
If you need further proof that prayer is an effective tool, listen to this. Planned Parenthood of Greater New York fired its CEO who was accused of financial mismanagement, racism, and bullying. Then the Manhattan facility, Planned Parenthood's flagship killing center, closed for most of January and February and isn't committing surgical abortions in March. For months now, the Vocation Center has been closed until further notice. Earlier, 4 New York Planned Parenthoods were shuttered to stop the financial hemorrhaging. It didn't work. Now, if prayer that God would hamstring Planned Parenthood in a solidly pro-abortion state worked, it can be successful in your area too. Please pray that God will reign supreme and close down the entire abortion industry.
Follow us on social media at Life Issues Institute.
This is Doug Keck. I'll be talking with another important Catholic author on EWTN's Bookmark Saturday afternoon, 4:30 Eastern on EWTN Radio.
With news from EWTN's Vatican Bureau, you can watch all of the important events from Rome even if you don't have TV access. Using the latest technology, we've made it possible to watch the latest news from the Holy See, all delivered directly to your home via live streams. Watch live on EWTN's YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Live truth, live Catholic.
This is EWTN Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. David Anders. Are you curious about the Catholic faith and need answers? Call to Communion is the show for you. Today at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Oh, I love that little jingle. It sounds so fun and exciting going into the weekend because it's unscripted. Thank you, Michael, our producer, for inserting that little theme bumper music. I love that. We're going to get to Suzanne in just a moment. You can join Suzanne if you have something you want to share unscripted. You can also ask me any questions about relationships if you'd like to. I am a life coach, and you can find our life coaching panel of wonderful, wonderful trained experts in so many fields at standtalltoday.com. Standtalltoday.com. Dr. David Anders has just joined our group, and he is accepting clients, and he's doing just a fabulous job. I mean, he's so amazing to talk to. So check it out at standtalltoday.com. Okay. If you're listening in North Carolina, your EWTN radio station needs to hear from you next week. Divine Mercy Radio will be airing their spring pledge drive starting Tuesday. So if you're listening in Raleigh, Durham, or anywhere, please support your Catholic radio station. Okay. I'd love for you to join us on this Unscripted. You still have time. You don't have to be Catholic to call in. I know it's a Friday during Lent, and I know you can't eat meat. I get that. So maybe you might be a little cranky or something like that, but just offer it up and go with it. But don't get started with your weekend yet. No fish fries yet. I need your help. So I need a couple more folks on the line to finish this wonderful broadcast to close out March. And just know that Monday we're going to be talking all about relationships. So that should be a really fun show. And let's hear what Suzanne in Abilene, Texas has to say. But I'd love for others to call in and share if you have a future topic you want us to address, if there's something on your mind, if there's something that's bothering you, if you have a prayer request. I have the prayer book out. If you have a prayer request or something that's urgent you want to talk about, maybe something's going on in your life, something at the parish level, and maybe you don't have anybody to talk to, I'm here. Okay, so just call in 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. Now let's turn our attention to Suzanne in Abilene, Texas, waiting so patiently on the EWTN app. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
You said that you had had a little bit of a rough week and that you were looking for jokes.
Yes.
And I have one.
Okay.
So if you're ready, I've started investing in stocks, beef, chicken, and vegetable. One day, I hope to be a billionaire.
Okay, so that is so good. I actually heard that joke before. That is so good. Okay, you got to say it again because
I should have picked a different one.
No, that's okay. If you have another one too, give me another one. But give me that joke again because I'm actually going to tell my husband that right after the show, and I have to remember it perfectly. Okay, got it.
Well, this one goes: I've started investing in stocks, beef, chicken, and vegetable. One day, I hope to be a billionaire. Now, it's not going to work if he doesn't know what bouillon is.
Yes, he does. He's into soups, so he can handle that part.
Well, somebody else may not have heard that, so hopefully it made them chuckle.
Oh, yeah.
And it certainly still made you chuckle, so it was worth the wait, and it was a joy to try to brighten your day.
Well, you did, Suzanne.
I do that often for everybody else, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much. God bless you for your generous heart. You're so sweet. Thank you, and we pray that you have a beautiful and blessed weekend as well.
God bless you and Jerry, too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I'll let Jerry know. I'm going to be speaking to him this afternoon. So thank you, Suzanne. Beautiful call from Abilene, Texas. So the next caller we're going to get to in just a moment is John. And John, hang on for just a second. I wanted to share because we're getting some messages coming in. They wanted to know why I didn't post on Facebook today. You're absolutely correct. I did not post on Facebook because I'm in the middle of pledge drive. I promise everyone I will post a scripture verse. I'm posting a scripture verse, book, chapter, verse, and then you have to look it up and read it every day for Lent. And so you guys have already picked up on that. And so you're asking me now, why didn't I post? So I will post right after the show. And that's on my personal Facebook page. That's Debbie Georgiani, if you want to follow it there. And then Jerry and Debbie Facebook page. Michael, our producer, does such a fine job. He goes ahead and posts articles and things that we find interesting that come into us at Take Two. And then we're like, we need to share this with the Take Two family. So then we do. And we share it with the Take Two family, and then you guys get the benefit of that. So that's at Jerry and Debbie Facebook page. And then the other website I mentioned, that's the coaching website. It's standtalltoday.com. Get your free consultation there. Okay, John is up next in Michigan, and John is on the TuneIn Radio app. Hi, John. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Debbie. Blessed Lent to you.
Thank you. You as well, sir.
May I be in a prayer book, please? I made a comment on Facebook on the speaking languages site, and I have a cleft palate, so I had a hard time with my own speech impairment, so I could never learn a second language. And my family's French Canadian over in Quebec, and I'm in Michigan. I have a rare illness called the George syndrome. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I don't think I have. Can you explain it to us?
Yes, I'm missing a chromosome, XY22Q11. I'm born with a hole in my heart. I've had 2 open heart surgeries. I've had 2 cleft palate surgeries so I can speak. I'm hearing impaired, and I'm bipolar. And I will be receiving new hearing aids next, and that's before Easter. They told me they'll come in.
Wow. John, may I ask you this? Obviously, you're listening to Take Two and you're listening to EWTN. You obviously have a strong faith life. Am I correct?
Oh, yes. I'm a part-time usher at St. Faustina Catholic Church here in my community in Warren.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And so you want to be in the prayer book for anything specific or everything you live through?
Just what I go through in life. I'm born with a hole in my heart, so I've always been a heart patient. I'll be 50 this year.
Wow!
And I was not expected to live long in life because of my heart. And my mom was never supposed to have me because of her heart, but she did. And I'm just grateful for the life I have and the family I once had. And I'm by myself most of the time, but my friends support me. And I was wondering if I could be in a prayer book.
Absolutely, John. I was making notes in the prayer book. And yes, you've got the Take Two family. Be assured of our prayers. But John, don't go anywhere yet. I want to just share something. You made the comment, I'm alone most of the time. You know this, John, because you're an usher. You're never alone. You have your guardian angel right beside you. Okay. So
I know.
Right. So
I know that.
And you have us, John. We are the body of Christ, and we are together in this, and you're family. You are family, John. So you need to know that and take comfort in that. Now, John, I want to share one other thing because you wanted to be in the prayer book. You're in the prayer book, but I have a favor I have to ask of you. Are you willing to maybe do this for me?
Oh, yes, I am. What is the request?
When you're an usher, the next time at Mass, would you just remember generally the Take Two family intentions?
I will. And I appreciate the faith. And my great-grandfather was a Jesuit Dane. He came across with the St. Isaac and St. Rene, and my grandfather was the only one that lived.
Wow. You have an interesting history, John.
Then my dad was an Army dental technician. He served Korea. He worked at state headquarters. He made President Eisenhower's dental crowns. And when my dad was first sick, Eleanor Roosevelt was his first caregiver.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, you've got the makings of a book or a movie there, John.
In Quebec, my great-grandfather has a statue. He has a park, he has a street, and a school named after him. And my great-grandmother, his wife, has a new park named after her.
Wow. That is incredible.
And do you know about St. Isaac Jokes and St. Rene?
Oh, very much so. I went to the North American Martyrs. We did a retreat there. Jerry and I did a retreat there a few years back. And so the North American Martyrs in the shrine in Orisville, New York. Yes, very much so, sir. What did you want to share about them?
Well, those are my grandfather's traveling partners. And that's who brought my grandfather to North America.
Incredible. Incredible, John. You have an incredible family history, and that's got to just help to shape who you are. I find you to be extremely spiritually strong, John.
Yep, and I just had a bowl of clam chowder soup for lunch. I'm on a little break from work, so I just had a bowl of clam chowder soup for lunch.
Well, good. That's awesome. That's awesome, John. Well, you enjoy the rest of that. Well, you just had the soup, so enjoy the rest of your work. And it's good that you got to eat lunch, and I'm happy for that. And John, you call anytime, okay?
Yep. One last thing. I say a prayer when I'm grocery shopping for the food I have. I say a prayer when I make it. I say a prayer before I eat, and then I say a prayer after I eat.
Mm-hmm.
So
good. Well, that's what we're all supposed to do, to be honest with you. You know, it's interesting you said that, John. Now that you brought that up, before you go, let me just share this with you and all our listeners. It was encouraged at the beginning of Lent by many lay people, lay leaders in the church, and priests and deacons, that we need to slow down when we're preparing food, when we're eating, when we're taking in the food, when we're eating food, and then when we're cleaning up afterwards. And so it was suggested that we do exactly what you do, John, praying and thanking God for the food that we're allowed to prepare and have and to be made available to us. And then when we sit down for grace, to take the time to say grace and then pause for a minute. Take the time, give yourself a little time with space to just meditate on how much we are so grateful to God. And then there's a grace after meals, which people don't even realize that there's a grace after meals prayer. But we should take the time after we're done and we have gotten ourselves full from food, so we feel very satisfied. We should share that and be very grateful to God. And John, you do that, and I just want to say, I somehow I knew that about you, that you just have this extreme love for God and appreciation for life. And so, John, with that, I think I can speak on behalf of the Take Two family. I've known them for almost 10 years. You're pretty amazing, John. You're a hero in our eyes. Okay.
And I also listen to the Spirit World on the weekend with you and Adam.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're welcome to call in anytime on the Spirit World as well. And thank you so much for liking both shows. I appreciate it. Okay, John, you can go ahead and get done with the rest of your day and your weekend. And God bless you, sir. Okay?
Goodbye.
Bye, John. That was a great call from John from Michigan. Boy, that just warmed my heart. I loved that call. Okay, we're going to get to more of your calls in just a moment. Let me share with our listeners the Catholic Cafe. It's on Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Deacon Jeff talks with men about how to share experiences, strengthen their faith, and be better husbands and fathers. That's a great show. I love that. Okay, we're going to get to more of your calls. I just wanted to go ahead and make sure I don't have any other housekeeping notes from my producer, Michael McCall, who's doing such a fine job. And I want to thank him very much. I want to thank Rich on social media, waving to you guys again. I love the chats. I know that some of the chats aren't really on topic, like you guys have like these side chats, but I love that you have a community there, and that's really wonderful. So it's kind of your destination place where you come onto YouTube or Facebook and you join up with friends that you know and you check on each other. I thought it was so beautiful. I joined a chat, a YouTube chat the other day on the morning show that I get to be the executive producer of Morning Joy on Guadalupe Radio Network. And I joined one of the chats, and everybody was asking, they were saying like, how was your doctor's appointment? Oh, did you, and they were talking about personal stuff. And really, it was that water cooler conversation that we all used to have pre-COVID. And I loved that. So it's happening all online. And I think that's a good use of social media. We're still bringing community together because we're made for community. So Tony from Pennsylvania, we're going to get to Tony right now on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Tony. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie. I don't know if you remember me or not. I called a few months ago, and we had talked about my diagnosis of metastatic prostate cancer.
Yes, I do, Tony. I remember you very well.
I was going through the process, and I was struggling with it, but I was just laying it in God's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm still going through it. As a matter of fact, I just gone through 2 sessions of chemo, and I have 2 more to go. But in November of this year, I was having pain in my left hip to the point where I was limping around. I was using a cane.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even lay on the bed for them to do the x-rays or the MRI. So I went through radiation again the beginning of December. But on Christmas Eve night, we went to Mass, and I was really struggling kneeling down, and the lady next to me could see that. And she asked, and I told her, well, I'm going through this cancer, and I'm going through treatment, but I still have a lot of pain. And she said, well, I'll pray for you. Christmas Day night, I went to bed, and in the middle of the night, I felt a tingling, almost like an electrical shock from my toes all the way up to my hip. And maybe it was a radiation, but I don't think so. But ever since then, there's been nothing, absolutely nothing in my hip. I still have the cancer, and I'm dealing with it, and that's fine. I mean, it's God's will.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just amazing that I went from hobbling around with a cane at Thanksgiving to being able to walk perfectly well the day after Christmas.
Amazing. Amazing. And you're crediting in part the prayers that this parishioner said that she would pray for you. So
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, so Tony, let me ask you a question. Do you know her? I mean, do you know her? Could you see her again? Would you see her again?
It's a pretty large parish, and I'd recognize her, but I've been looking, but I haven't seen her since.
Okay. If you see her again, I have a feeling because I'm going to ask my guardian angel to go to her guardian angel so that you can see her again and talk to her. Ask her what type of prayer she said for you and who she went to if she asked for some intercession for you. Would you do that?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, that's the first thing. And then the second thing I want to share is, first of all, Tony, I put you back in the book because, each week I have a different, we go through the book so fast. I have to keep adding. I have boxes and boxes of the books. But Tony, I got you back in the book for the prostate cancer and the treatment. Okay, but I want to do one more thing for you because this is there's no accident with God. It's very interesting. So I don't want not to get into the details of this, Tony, but you just got to trust me on this one. I had a funny feeling that a Tony was going to call in today. It came through. Yes, it came through in prayer. Now let me go one step further. I'm working a pledge drive right now with my co-host, who is Father Doug Brown. Okay, he's the chaplain of AM 1260 The Rock in Cleveland, Ohio. He is also the chaplain of the fire and police. He's been on Take Two before. He's really wonderful on radio. And he shared about his prostate issues on the radio today.
Oh.
I am going to ask him to pray for you specifically.
Well, thank you. And he's fairly close. Cleveland is probably about 90 miles from where I'm at in Pennsylvania.
That's beautiful. And I would very much suggest if you ever go to Rhoda Wise's house in Canton, Ohio, if you ever drive over there and visit any of the sacred sites over in Ohio, the Mother Angelica Museum, anything like that, please, you should stop by and definitely see him. He's a wonderful priest. He's the pastor of Mary, Queen of Peace in Cleveland. But Tony, there's no accident to this. The word and the name Tony came through in prayer. He was just talking about it on the radio. And I even for a moment, Tony, to be honest with you, I'm thinking, Father, why are you disclosing all this on the radio? We're on a pledge drive. And so you see how God sets the puzzle pieces, Tony? And if we're aware of it, there's something here, Tony, and I don't know the answer to it, and I don't need to know the outcome. What I need to know is that you're going to be healthy and you're going to go do well. I don't have to know all the players of everything. What I just need to do is my little part and then let God do the rest. And Tony, I have a funny feeling about this. You'll have to keep me posted if it's true that God was orchestrating all this behind the scenes. But we're going to be praying for you specifically.
Well, thank you. And that's why I feel I need to share this story, even though I still have the cancer, even though I'm going through the treatment. What happened at Christmas was so profound. I keep telling people about it because I think I need to let them know.
Absolutely. The power of prayer, that God is still in the miracle business, that God still has our back, that God cares, that he does want, as Jeremiah 29:11, Jesus said it, God said it. He knows the plans for us to prosper, plans for us to live out our lives. So God is on our side, and Jesus spoke about it when he was in ministry constantly. Have faith, trust God above all things. Now, is there a chance we may lose our life earlier than we had expected? Oh, sure. There's always a chance for any of that. The goal, though, is to put all our faith and trust in God, get back home to God. And if it's God's will, we will live out how many years? I mean, there are people that they've lived their purpose in one day on this earth, all the way to 110 years old. I mean, so we trust in God, and that is the key. And Tony, if Tony is your real name, right? Like, is it Anthony?
Well, Anthony, but yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But
So
my mother used, whenever I was in trouble, they'd call me Anthony, but yes.
Right. You're not by any chance an Anthony Michael, are you?
Anthony Joseph.
Oh, you're an Anthony Joseph. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. Come on. You carry two extremely strong names. Okay. I hope you're going to both of them. Are you going to St. Anthony of Padua and St. Joseph?
As a matter of fact, whenever I go to my daughter's appointments, we stop at the chapel in Pittsburgh that has all the relics, the St. Anthony's Chapel.
Oh, yeah.
It's just amazing. It has the most relics other than the Vatican in the world.
Yeah, I know. That's the one. Is that the one that Adam Bly keeps referencing on the Spirit World?
I believe so.
Yeah,
it's
in Pittsburgh, right? Right in Pittsburgh?
Yes, right in Pittsburgh, yes.
Oh,
very small church, but there's relics in it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Just truly amazing.
Well, he works for the Diocese of Pittsburgh. You should drop in when you go there. You should see if he's in. He's probably in there praying because Adam prays all the time.
Yes, I will have to look him up. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's so cool. Okay, so keep us posted. Just so you know.
And the last thing I'll leave you with is I started my chemo right before Ash Wednesday, so I guess that's my sacrifice for Lent is going through my chemo treatment.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tony, I've got one suggestion for you only because I'm a life coach. May I, are you open for a tiny suggestion?
Yes.
Okay. Words are very powerful. They're very, very powerful. And when we choose to accept something, we tend to kind of take ownership of it. May I suggest with the words that you're using with yourself in your own mind, and when you speak to friends and family members, maybe don't use the words "my cancer" or "my chemo," because it's you don't have to own that. You don't have to own that.
Yeah, and I think I do that. I think I probably do that quite a bit. I kind of downplay it and.
Right. It is a treatment. Obviously, the chemo is a treatment. The cancer is obviously a situation you're entering into. But God is much bigger than that. So don't own any of that. It's something you need to use. It's something you chose to do to go through the treatment. So you know what? That is not all of you. It's something you've gone through. So when we use the words we're kind of bringing it too close to us in a way. So let it just stay out there. Let it be utilized. And Tony, we're going to pray that you breeze through this time. You come out better, stronger, and able to tell your story even more to build confidence in God. What do you say?
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm laying it in God's hands, and everything is for his glory. Absolutely.
Amen, Tony. You are awesome. You are so awesome. Keep us posted. And actually, if you want to drop me an email, because I have a feeling you're going to see some forward movement in a good direction. So it's take2@EWTN.com. You can either do take the number 2 or take, or you can spell it out, TWO. So take2@EWTN.com. Okay?
Thank you. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, back at you. Thank you so much. I really feel good about this, Tony. We're going to, anyway, you're going to be calling us back. We're going to be praising God soon. Thanks, Tony. What a great call. We have the best family members. I just love it. So this is my opportunity. I have plenty of time now. It's okay. Now you guys can get ready for the praying the stations and the Divine Mercy Chaplet and getting ready for the fish fries and doing some service work or anything that is meaningful during this wonderful Friday of Lent. No meat today. And now you can get started with your weekend. Although don't forget to tune in to the Spirit World tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Adam Bly and I, we are opening up the phone lines, and we're going to be discussing some really interesting things that are happening in people's lives. That's tomorrow. Monday is all about relationships, so that's such a cool show. We get a lot of participation there. I want to thank again the show team, Matt, Michael, Rich. You guys are so awesome. And then also mainly to the affiliates who carry Take Two. thank you, thank you, thank you for carrying this show live. You give an opportunity for your listeners to participate as the body of Christ. Okay, until Monday, have a beautiful and blessed day. We'll see you real soon.
Hi, this is Dr. David Anders from EWTN's Called to Communion. I want to let you know that I've joined the staff at Stand Tall Life Coaching. If you're struggling to put the Catholic faith into practice because of habitual